All right, so today we run the wires from the solar down through the roof. We finished some of the drop ceiling and show you how we connected the drop ceiling to the vent. And we show you our full bed overview. So roll the clip. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are working on the van again. So I was really nervous because I had to cut lighting. I was really nervous because I had to drill a hole in the roof to bring the wires for the solar down. So I didn't vlog that, but I will show you exactly what I did. So I took this drill bit, the same one that we drilled for the beds the other day. And then I drilled two, I guess 4 holes in the roof. I drilled 2 right next to each other, and then 2 right next to each other. And then I got this rubber, I guess it's a plastic piece, and I stabbed myself while cutting it. And I cut it the right shape and cut little slits in it to go around the edge so that it's a nice smooth edge. So I'll show you. So this is the rubber stuff that Julia's dad already had. It's just like a normal plastic tube. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Normal plastic tube. Then I cut pieces off of it. So I just cut. That's true, actually. How much is it? At least an inch, right? Yeah. I just cut with some pliers down the middle. And then I went through. It was just with these bad boys. And I went through and cut little things to the side so that it could fold and bend a lot easier. Then you just go up like this. And you just push it on there. I can't do it one-handed, but then you just push it on there, and you have a nice clean edge so that the wires that you push down through there won't get sliced. You're gonna take that one big one. Oh, so that's pretty great. I'll show you from the roof side. So from the roof side of things, here's our solar. Right here. We have 200 something watt. I think it equals like 500, around 520 watt, give or take some watts. And then there's the sketchy hole. And then here's the hole once it's done. Nice and clean like. But you may be asking, but Lance, water's gonna get through that hole. Well, I figured out a solution. And by I figured out, I mean I ordered one off the internet. It's this bad boy. So what will happen is the wires will come down off of there, boop, 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 come down through this gig, and then this gig will be, glued on top of the hole like so. So then it'll go down through here, and then down through that hole and into the van, and then this will be all glued and siliconed up, so it'll be great. So in theory, we should have a watertight seal, and life should be great. But we'll see if that actually works out. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this up. I'll show you once I'm done. But Jules has been working on the roof a little bit, and then we actually got the bed together as well, so I'll show you that real quick. So walking into the van, Jules started working on the drop ceiling, adding those couple little pieces. And then back here in the back, they threw the rest of those. Last time we showed you how we put that together, but they threw the rest of the boards up. And then they're just gonna put a thin ply on top of that. And that'll be our bed, which will be totally like, as you can see, these are still like, just totally free. We heard that with your bed, you shouldn't, like the van is always flexing and bending, so you shouldn't have anything like bolted to both sides and then bolted to each other, because it adds an extra frame within the van that could break and stuff as the van flexes. I don't know how true it is, but we're doing it because I figure we might as well. And I honestly like this setup because then we can pull the ply out and really pull our entire bed out in just a couple minutes if we have to like load a bunch of wood or load something in the back. It's big, so works out pretty nice, I think. I'm excited, but overall it's coming together in here. It might look terrible right now, but it is getting pretty close, friends. Anyway, I'll catch you up on solar stuff once I'm done. Alrighty, so I just got those pieces on and I broke a piece, which is frustrating. The end pieces pull off, but when I was trying to pull one off, I pulled too much of the end piece off. But you can kind of see right in there, this is just for weight. I put that on weight, so whatever. So I glued it down and with some liquid nail, and then they're just hanging out there. So I'll just let them sit here and dry. They're just right over the holes right now. It looks like they're sitting there pretty good. And then on the inside, we got these pieces coming through now. So these are the things I tried to pull off. You can unscrew these and pull it off, but I accidentally pulled off too much of it and broke it. So we'll have to fix that later, but then it comes down through this hole and we're golden, and it'll go back behind our cupboards and go back to where the batteries will live. And then our bed area, as you can see, we cut a piece of plywood for the top to go on top of it, and then we drop down one of the bunks. And then there's the second bunk we can drop down. They'll be on like a gate hinge thing, so we can push them up and then push a button and pull them down. So we can kind of get out of the way and open up the space when we're not using the actual bed. Because as of right now, our bed is a pretty tight squeeze right here. You can't really sit up too much, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty small, but that's what happens when you only have a small area to work with. You only get small areas to work with. So my next job is, we've made this drop ceiling, right? Oh, that wire is still in focus. Made this drop ceiling, and we have this vent here, but we need to connect this hole to this vent. So that is going to be my job. I think I'm gonna try and find an old milk jug maybe, and some tape, and rig it that way. I don't think it needs to be anything super complicated. But it should probably be insulated somewhat, so maybe I'll try and find an old shirt or rag or something to insulate. Yeah, I showed him this already. Look how cool you are. So you can see how that gives a good vibe. Like, you can see how low low the bunks are with Jules sitting there. Did you say something about how we accidentally did this too low because of our table? No, I did not. You can't show weakness, Jules. Just kidding. We made this pretty low. So here, sit down right there. So we're gonna have the table pull out from underneath there, which would work, but it's gonna be really close, as you can see. It's gonna be a really low table. So I think what we do is have it so that it pulls out, but then opens up and then clicks into a couple of things like right there and right there, so that we can have it like a couple inches higher. But we'll see once we get the actual table and start putting it in what we think will work best. Right, Jules? Right. So I went in the recycling and I found this box. So it's just an old mini booklets, classic Pooh. Not sure what it's from, but it's this Winnie the Pooh box. So I'm gonna use that right up in here. So this will go between the AC and that vent. So I think it'll work. I'm just gonna cut it down and resize it to the width I want, and then I'll cut the holes out of it. It doesn't need to be anything special, it just needs to direct the air from the black box into the vent. So I think this will do the trick. And the beautiful wife, Julia, just brought some dinner. Leftover curry. What a great day. So I rigged it. You can see the box actually fit really well between the black thing and the divider here. So I cut this hole back here, and then I'm planning to, so there's a hole in the box there, and I'm just planning just to straight tape it here probably. So as you can see, there's just a hole in this box here. Pretty fancy. And the box is just sitting here. So right here, when I have this in there, it pushes this up and like just has it sit in place. The other thing that we just put this in and tried it out, but I had it so this is on the right. So that makes it so that it points it up, and so we don't want that. We want it so that we can point it down if we want. So let's test her out. So we can tilt this. So I just pressed the AC button and turn this bad boy on, and it actually gets pretty freaking cold. And now Jules is finishing putting that roof across. We are purposely having them have an overhang like that, you see? And then we're just gonna follow it with a router afterwards to get like a perfect edge. So, pretty good gig we got going on around here. Pretty excited. So now Jules is finishing this roof area, the drop ceiling. It's actually looking real nice. Hey guys, so we had high hopes to get more done today than we did, but we didn't. And it kind of ended abruptly because I was like, well, I'll run to the store real quick and get Indy some hot dogs and I'll come back and we'll work on it, whatever. By the time I got back and we cooked and ate a little bit, I looked at the clock and it was 9 something. It's 9:20 right now or something. Thus, it's a little too late to be sawing and making noise, especially on a Monday night. But we will for sure be working on it a ton tomorrow, so catch you tomorrow.